Welcome back to New Rockstars. This is The Big Question, the show that gives you too much information about who in the MCU is best equipped to beat up a grieving magic mama who just lost her entire family. Because that's who you should beat up. Just kidding, don't do that. My name's MT, and I'm here today with my big head gang brother, Tommy Bechtold. What's going on, big head?
Peaches and Cream. Grieving Magic
Peaches
Mama was my favorite Grateful Dead record. Oh my God, start to finish. Grieving Magic Mama up on a hill. Grieving Magic Mama, who did she kill? Oh, 17 hours.
Yo,
17 hours that record is.
That went triple platinum.
Yeah,
I remember
that's
that.
crazy.
You're right.
Yeah, I kept my virginity at a Grateful Dead concert. Let's move on.
What a coincidence to this day. Just kidding. Hit me with that big question, Tommy.
You got it. As the Marvel Cinematic Magical Multiverse continues to expand, I'm so excited for what comes next for our favorite heroes, especially Scarlet Witch. As we anxiously await her next major appearance in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, you got me thinking about this week's big question. Who will Wanda Maximoff battle in the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Oh, shit. That's a good question,
Yes.
Tommy. I'm glad you asked it because after the massive blow up our girl Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, received during WandaVision, we can't wait to see what she gets up to next because she's got all these powers now. I mean, she changed her wardrobe from sweatpants to a whole getup with a tiara. I mean, I wish I could do that.
She had me feeling feelings in that outfit. I was very attracted to her. Yes.
But who is Wanda going to face off against in Doctor Strange 2? Like, is she going to be more of an antagonist in this story, causing chaos across the multiverse as she bends reality in an effort to bring her family back together? Or will she ultimately work with Doctor Strange to bring the multiverse back to a place of stability following the events of Loki and the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home? So we're going to take a look at everything that we already know about the upcoming film, parse through some of the rumors that are floating around out there, and finally present some theories of our own to see if we can figure out who Wanda might battle against in the next film. I hope it's Diddy Kong and or Samus from Super Smash Brothers, but you know, who knows?
I hope it's Cranky Kong.
Oh my God, yes. I feel like Cranky Kong is a good matchup for Wanda because he's all powerful, that Cranky Kong.
I'm gonna go ahead and use words too young for me. I'm a simp for Cranky Kong.
You're a simp for Cranky Kong. I mean, that cane, super sexy, bro.
Who's got you smiling like that? Cranky Kong.
It's just Cranky Kong. Just Cranky Kong things, you know.
Oh my God.
Everybody, this will be your one and only spoiler warning in case any of these rumors or predictions just happens to be true. So if you don't want to know anything or any possibilities about Doctor Strange 2, you better leave because we're going to be talking about some stuff, okay? We're going to be speculating. It's a speculation nation. And as we start to think of potential opponents, let's begin with who we know is already confirmed to be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And we have to start off with the most obvious of all of these choices, Doctor Strange. Big news, everybody. I ran into Kevin Feige at a nearby urinal, and he confirmed to me that Doctor Strange will be in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. You heard it here first. Exclusive.
You scooped
That's a big scoop. Normally we don't talk at the urinal, so this is big. This is real big.
Oh, yeah. I'm chatty. I'm chatty in a men's room. I've always been a little bit talkative.
But yeah, I'm sure he and Wanda are definitely going to have some type of magic throwdown because it's obvious. It's like, it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be really upset because Wanda's kind of crazy and Doctor Strange is in charge of keeping crazy magic in check. So
we also know that Wang is going to be there. Shocker. And I love my boy Benedict Wong working as much as humanly possible, whether he's playing Kublai Khan or a scientist in The Martian, or basically he gets to be in any Marvel movie he wants these days or property. If he says he wants to be in it, he's in it. The point is, this man works.
He works all day, every day. Wong's making money moves. That's what he says.
Right.
I follow him on Instagram. He just posts pictures of money all day. I don't know how he makes all that money. No, he's probably making all that money off of those fights that he's rigging in Shang-Chi.
Right. Yeah, no kidding.
Abomination are just rigging those fights.
I love that they're in cahoots together. That was the best part. I'm sorry, there was a million best parts of that movie, but that was one of my favorite parts. All right, who else? Who else are we looking at?
We'll definitely be seeing Mordo in Doctor Strange 2 because the character has been confirmed to return. And really, there's no way that his quest to rid the world of sorcerers wouldn't bring him into direct conflict with the most magical woman in the universe, the Scarlet Witch. He's going to definitely want to, stop her or just take some of that power or just manage it for himself because he doesn't like sorcerers or sorceresses. It's very equal opportunity.
Mordo is my lead candidate to either be the person who, after Doctor Strange 2, shows up in a ton of things, like not his own show, but as like, you know, maybe an adversary or anti-hero, kind of almost like an Agatha Harkness type character in a TV show, or to die in Doctor Strange 2 and never be heard from again. I don't think there's any middle ground. We're either getting way more of that character, or it's just going to be that's going to be it.
It would be such a shame to waste Chiwetel. So I hope that he survives.
Completely agree. He's one of my favorite actors, but
But he could 100% die because he could be dealing with
make
forces
it worth his while.
that doesn't
guy
understand.
Works so much, and he's had to wait like 4 years to play this character again. He's going to want to get back
Seriously, I really hope that they set him up to be this like really annoying magical force in the MCU like he is in the comics.
Absolutely. Oh, we also know we're getting a new character in this movie who we know for sure is going to appear, and that's America Chavez. Yes, we have America Chavez. We already have confirmation that this character will be in the film, portrayed by actress Xochitl Gomez. So that's exciting. But will she face off with Wanda directly? Because if she does, she'll certainly put up a good fight. In the comics, America Chavez has superhuman strength and speed. She can fly, and most importantly, she can kick open holes in reality in order to travel through the multiverse, which, if the multiverse is madness, that's going to be a helpful skill. As an interdimensional being from a utopian parallel, she might be the perfect hero to stop a Nexus being like Wanda, or at least maybe knock her back into the right side of the law, you know?
Hell yeah. Yo, America Chavez, she is no slouch. That girl can box all day. So, like, if anyone, I feel like she could definitely give Wanda a run for her money, like hardcore.
Yes.
I love America Chavez. Like, you don't know, I'm so excited to see her in Doctor Strange 2 because I've been clamoring for America Chavez to appear in the MCU for so long. She's so cool, guys. Awesome. She's so cool. But anyways, now that we have all the confirmed appearances covered, let's get to some of the more fun theories and rumors out there. Because one rumor involves the potential appearance of, check this out, Tommy, the Illuminati in the MCU.
Ooh.
No, I'm not talking about the shadowy organization of cloaked lizard people who secretly control everything that happens in this world in real life, because that's 100% what's happening.
It's definitely Jay-Z. It's definitely George W. Bush.
It might be Jojo Siwa. I don't know. I heard rumors.
It's Jojo Siwa for sure. It's that kid who yodeled in the Walmart. Yodeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yodeling.
So it's Jojo Siwa, president, Yodel Kid, vice president.
Yeah.
In the Marvel Comics, the Illuminati are a secret group of heroes that formed after the big Kree-Skrull War, and they worked to pull the strings behind the scenes and shape the status of the superhuman world. And the original arrangement of the Illuminati in the comics are the following folks. We got Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, Namor, the Mermaid Man, Black Bolt, the man who doesn't say shit. The Illuminati was a team of heroes that basically just decided these big world-changing decisions in this like little treehouse and not telling anybody what they're doing. Like, it's some really messed up shit. But these people have to exist to stop the big threats. Threats like the incursions that are definitely coming to the MCU, like the multiversal incursions where universes collide and there's this big secret war scenario. And in some iterations, there were also more villainous characters attached to the Illuminati, like Doctor Doom and Magneto.
Well, you know I'm waiting for Doctor Doom, baby.
So yes, let us cover some of these people to see if there are any strong contenders to appear in Doctor Strange 2, starting with Mr. Iron Man, because Tony Stark famously wiped out Thanos and his army in Endgame with the Infinity Stones, sacrificing himself in the process. Don't know if you missed that part in Endgame. It's a very big part. If you missed it, you should probably watch it again. Tony Stark's dead. Spoilers. I highly doubt that we'll be seeing Iron Man again anytime soon, but there could potentially be a Tony Stark from another universe or timeline that could come in to face Wanda, but I doubt that they would be so quick to bring Robert Downey Jr. back so soon after they just gave him this amazing send-off. But we do know that Riri Williams is coming to the MCU soon through her Ironheart TV show, but I doubt that she'll be ready to take on Wanda as Ironheart in time for Doctor Strange 2. But we never know. I mean, Black women, they're pretty strong, so who knows? She could do it. I think so. Also, I don't know if you knew this, Tommy, but if you go back to that court scene from Iron Man 2, when we first started introduced to Don Cheadle War Machine, on Tony Stark's phone, he does have an app for the Illuminati. There's an app for that.
There's an app for that.
There is an app for conspiring in secret as the Illuminati.
Excellent.
It's pretty big news.
I like that. All right.
You heard it here, probably not first, but I heard it very recently and it blew my mind.
Hey, that's another empty scoop. Call him Baskin Robbins. He's scooping 31 different items today. All right, Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards himself could be showing up here. I would throw his chances of an appearance in the small but maybe category. The Fantastic Four are coming to the MCU. We know that. And one way they could make their appearance is by crossing over from a different universe rather than doing a traditional origin story in the main MCU timeline, which I don't really know that we need again. I mean, one of the reasons that made the new Spider-Man so good is that they just treated the audience like they weren't complete morons that needed to be spoon-fed another Peter Parker being bit by a spider. They're like, you know how he becomes Spider-Man. If Wanda's actions wind up having some negative effect on Reed Richards' home dimension, he could use that big old brain to cross dimensions to tell his neighbors next door to keep it down with all the chaos magic threatening his reality. He's got a baby at home. Maybe, I don't know. And that baby might be Kang the Conqueror.
Or she is, because you're a little princess. So you're a little...
We don't know. We never know.
Who knows?
Franklin Richards. It would be an exciting way to introduce the Marvel's first family in the MCU, I'll tell you that. And as B.O.B. once
Hell
said,
yeah.
You're my Wonder Woman.
You're my Wonder Woman.
Call me Mr. Fantastic.
Call me Mr. Fantastic.
Stop. Now think about it.
Stop. Now think about it.
And when I thought about it, I said, it doesn't make sense because Wonder Woman is DC and Mr. Fantastic is MCU. So that's my scoop, is that B.O.B. doesn't know his comics. He also believes that the Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat in your mind. I mean, what's the whole deal? Explain.
Well, I think it's flat and it's round.
I did hear that. B.O.B. is a very interesting person with very interesting views.
Talk us through it. It's flat and it's round.
Like, you ever like had a bowl of popcorn?
Okay.
Like the bowl was flipped upside down.
Speaking of Reed Richards, Dr. Doom is another member of the Illuminati that, in the same way as Mr. Fantastic, could show up to fight Wanda in this reality, and potentially for the same reasons as Reed Richards, but maybe in an effort to control her and use her powers for his own personal gain. So yeah, he definitely has a small chance. And we also have to consider Secret Wars, because Dr. Doom played a huge role in that multiversal Secret Wars event from 2015. So if the Fantastic Four are slated to come to the MCU very soon, we could see Dr. Doom mess with Wanda, steal her powers, and then kick off a Secret War scenario. But that's all just speculation. What's next, Tommy?
Next, we have Namor, a.k.a. the Submariner. Namor! Now watch me whip. Now watch me, Namor.
Watch me, Namor.
Wow. This might be my corniest episode of Big Question.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay-nay.
I'm definitely not, I'm not upping my street cred with teenagers today, but who needs to? I'm an old man. I don't need to fraternize with them anyway.
Everyone's whipping the Namor, dude. All the
That's right. Now we whip. Now watch me, Namor. How we do it? Namor would be an absolutely wild character to battle Wanda, but I highly doubt that we're going to see him in Doctor Strange 2. If anything, it seems more likely that we're going to see the Mermaid Man in Wakanda Forever, due to his historically contentious link to Wakanda. Namor is technically a mutant in the comics, as is Scarlet Witch, but they do have a bit of history, especially in the House of M storyline. I just doubt that Namor would show up to fight Wanda here. I don't see this being his first foray.
And he would get laid out. Like, Namor is strong. Don't get me wrong. Namor he will mess you up, but not against Wanda. He would get ringed out immediately.
Yeah, sure.
But next up, we have the king of all the Inhumans, Mr. Black Bolt himself. And that is, a definite no right there.
All right, then no need to talk about it.
So Marvel has kind of already given us Black Bolt through the one season of the Humans TV show that we will never speak of again. But I doubt that we'll be seeing Black Bolt in the MCU anytime soon. Because the Inhumans TV show didn't really go that well, and like the Inhumans are pretty much retconned out of the MCU, I doubt that we'll be seeing Black Bolt in an Illuminati scenario this soon anyway. But who knows? We could get the Inhumans down the line, but it seems that the Inhumans aren't on Marvel Studios' plate.
Speaking of mutants coming to MCU, including one I'm very much looking forward to, Magneto showing up to fight Wanda would be an incredible surprise. I mean, who wouldn't love that? In the comics, Magneto is the father of Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff.
We don't need more Povich here. We already know.
That's right. That's right. They've obviously changed that in the MCU, but it would be so cool if Magneto showed up to battle his daughter from another universe. A small chance, yes, but we can't ever discount it. You can never say never.
Never say never.
when the writing's
Never
so
say
clever.
never when it comes to Magneto. I mean, he did use Wanda Maximoff to create a whole reality in the comics. So, like, who says that he won't just pop into our reality and be like, hey, that Wanda's pretty good. Are you using her? Because, well, I'll take her.
Yes, I would love that Wanda. There's a Costco of different Universal Wandas now.
Just buy Wanda's bulk.
Yes. Bulk Wandas.
So yeah, a lot of the traditional Illuminati from the Marvel Comics don't really seem to fit the profile of characters that could face Wanda in Doctor Strange 2. However, there is a rumor out there that the Illuminati are being readjusted for the MCU. And this new MCU version of the Illuminati is rumored to be Professor X, Captain Carter, Monica Rambeau, aka Spectrum, Mordo, which is kind of crazy, and Balder the Brave, which is even crazier than Mordo to me. So let us go through these potential options, starting with Professor X, because there are rumors swirling that at least one mutant will appear in Doctor Strange 2, which makes sense because we did have that Quicksilver Teej in WandaVision, which is happens right before Doctor Strange 2. And what better foil for Wanda than the Omega level telepath mutant Professor X, because he might be the only one, possibly in the multiverse, maybe, capable of stopping Wanda by invading her mind and just battling her in there, because that's where he's on equal level. That's where he can walk around in the mind. He got legs in the mind. Handsome man, that James McAvoy.
And what a groovy mutation it is.
But the big question is, would they bring over James McAvoy from the Fox Marvel universe or just recast Professor X completely? I think there's a really strong possibility that if we are going to get a mutant in Doctor Strange 2, it's going to be the big brain in the chair. If these rumors are true and there are going to be some Fox X-Men showing up in Doctor Strange 2, who else would you like to see? Like, I personally would love to see Jean Grey pop up, because I feel like a Jean Grey versus Wanda fight would be nuts. Oh my God, like a Phoenix Jean Grey versus Wanda?
It would be
What
crazy.
would even happen?
It would be like a global catastrophe. Whatever planet they were on would be destroyed.
I think the whole solar system, honestly, that they were in would just be gone. But who else we got, Tommy?
Well, we also have Captain Carter, my girl, showing up. Captain Carter showing up is a very interesting possibility. We haven't quite finished the What If series at the time we're recording this, but the first episode showed us a timeline where Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. If the What If shows show us that Captain Carter can cross the multiverse, then there's a potential we could see her in Doctor Strange 2. Teasers have shown us that apparently Captain Carter and Strange Supreme are confirmed to meet up later on in the series. Could that lead her to the Multiverse of Madness? Also, would she transition into live action? If they bring back Haley Atwell to be Captain Carter, would she be powered up? Or could it really end up being Sharon Carter on her own super soldier serum taking the name Captain Carter?
Wait, so, my God, because I guess that would make sense considering that Sharon Carter has had that, that Walmart super soldier serum in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, like, why wouldn't the Power Broker want to empower herself? Because we do see in the comics that Power Broker 2 he chose to empower himself with powers. Why not Sharon Carter? Sharon Carter could easily be Captain Carter in this scenario.
Sharon Carter, the party starter. Let's go. Yes.
Sharon Carter, the party starter. Literally. She's just hosting parties all day. And
is it going to be Sharon Carter or is it going to be Aaron Carter? Because either way, the universe is in good hands.
More than anyone on this list, Monica Rambeau knows what Wanda Maximoff is capable of. And I also think that she has the strongest possibility of showing up in Doctor Strange 2, because we know that we're going to see Monica again in the Marvels, but could she show up before then to face Wanda? Because with her powers incredibly juiced up from those traversals through that Hex force field in WandaVision, she might now be strong enough to take Wanda on. Because we saw how she defied being squashed like a bug in WandaVision. She was like, nope, you can't slam me on the ground because I got powers now.
I would love that. And speaking of things I would love to now share a wild rumor with you. This one is pretty crazy, but as we mentioned before, the new Illuminati could include Balder the Brave. Balder has yet to appear in the MCU. In the comics, Balder is the son of Odin and half-brother of Thor. His death was part of the prophecy that would lead to Ragnarok. So to avoid that, Odin ordered Frigga to use the magic to make Balder invulnerable from harm, which feels unfair. He's also stronger and faster than most Asgardians, much like me, and would make a formidable fighting companion to Thor. Perhaps he'll reveal to be an Asgardian from another multiverse. Or maybe just yet another sibling that Odin didn't tell Thor about. or Loki, you know, kind of like a ongoing episode of Maury Povich, just family secrets revealed all the time, even after both their
Odin
parents.
just doesn't tell his kids things.
So, Loki, sit down. I have another child. But it doesn't really seem like he's poised to make an appearance in Doctor Strange 2, since it's coming out before Thor Love and Thunder. This one probably has a small chance of coming to fruition. There are some other possibilities for Wanda's opponents out there, though, especially those with magical abilities, much like Wanda herself. So let's run through a few other possible theories.
I think one of those people has got to be Agatha Harkness.
Oh,
if
who's
that's
been
what
messing
you're
up
talking about.
everything?
Because Agatha Harkness...
Yeah,
Agatha Harkness has got to be a top contender. Wanda did leave her as a prisoner of her own mind and the PTA in Westview, but there is no way that she stays there forever.
No.
That would be a waste, because she's just too good. She's just too good, and Catherine Hahn is a whole queen. We stand Captain Hahn on this channel.
That's right.
Exclusively. It's going to be only Catherine Hahn videos from here on out.
Absolutely. I have a new series coming out, Tom on Han.
Tom on Han, only on new Rockstars. But yeah, maybe Marvel didn't know just how well the character would be received when they were originally planning WandaVision. But I am certain that if they hadn't already planned to have Agatha reappear in Doctor Strange 2, they've definitely changed their mind, or at least considered changing their mind since then, because everyone loves Agatha Harkness. She's literally the backbone of the MCU. Come on. But whether Agatha figures out a way out of Westview on her own, or she is pulled out of there by someone else, she has to show up to face Wanda again in Doctor Strange 2, I feel, because... I don't know. She was a match for Wanda in WandaVision. Why not?
Right.
Maybe she's the only one that can absorb all that chaos magic.
She also is aware more than Wanda is of Wanda's abilities, you know? She's more in tune with what Wanda can do, so she might be able to use that knowledge against her.
This is true, and she has who knows how long's worth of familiarity with the Darkhold, which talks all about Wanda, and she's probably knows more about Wanda than Wanda knows about herself.
Next, we have something very familiar to me, something I experience almost every night. Nightmare might be appearing in this movie. When we last saw Wanda studying the Darkhold, we heard the voices of her Hex children, Billy and Tommy, call to her from somewhere beyond, just before what looked like red eyes flashed on the screen. But whose eyes were watching Wanda? Could those eyes belong to Nightmare?
Nightmare.
$1 million. We've already seen one Fear Lord appear as the Dweller in the Darkness in Shang-Chi. Nightmare could appear to try and consume Wanda's powers or prey upon her grief over losing Tommy and Billy.
Because that's what Fear Lords love to do, like to prey on grief and fear. Those assholes.
Wenwu was like, I gotta go get my wife from behind this dragon scale wall, even though very clearly bad things are happening. I'm blind to it. Grief is blinding. But what is grief if not love persevering?
Demons were coming out of the cracks.
What is what is grief if not demons devouring the souls of your friends and coworkers as you try to find your wife? That's all.
That's exactly what Vision said in WandaVision. That's true. It's true.
I
That's
couldn't agree with him
grief,
more.
honestly.
But what is grief? If not
demons devouring the souls of your friends and coworkers as you try to find your wife.
But no, that's a really good one. I never really considered Nightmare. But we also have to consider Loki and or Sylvie and or the TVA and or Kang, because after the events of the Loki series, it seems plausible that any multiverse shenanigans that come up in Doctor Strange 2 would attract the eye of Loki, Sylvie, what's left of the TVA, and most importantly, Kang Gang. And there are some rumors that Loki and or Sylvie will appear in the film. But would that be too much? Because it seems like Kang is the next big villain in the MCU.
So who do you think, realistically, MT, who's your pick to click? Who's absolutely going to be in this movie? If you were a betting man.
I would say that in terms of who's going to be in this movie that's going to be facing Wanda, I would say Dormammu is a really big pick, because I know we didn't talk about Dormammu here, but I feel like because Dormammu was introduced in Doctor Strange 1 and Dormammu was like, all right, I won't mess with your reality now, but I'm going to find a way. And I just feel like he wants revenge against Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he wants to break that bargain real bad.
So he might want to try to bargain with Wanda, and Dormammu might have to just go head to head.
Now, does Benedict Cumberbatch play the fightable version of Dormammu, or that's what I'm wondering, because he was.
I would hope so. He played Dormammu the first time.
Right, that's what I'm wondering. Or do they cast another actor? I hope not. Who do I think? Listen, two things. I don't know who she's going to be facing off with. I do think that Professor X is going to debut in this movie. Professor X might be charged with clearing her mind. You know what I mean? Like she might be so far with the grief and the madness element of the title in getting her family back that she does lose her mind. And that Charles may be tasked with being the one person in that current universe that can make her kind of see straight again, sober her up, for lack of a better word. You'll get her thinking clearly. So I can see a mental conclusion, but I could definitely also see a physical battle between Mordo and Wanda, resulting in my more recently predicted death of Mordo, although I hope not. Either that or strengthening of Mordo's presence, which is what I hope, in the MCU. You know, like that fight kind of upping him to, as they say in wrestling, a main eventer on the card. So yeah, I think it's Charles Xavier and Mordo are my two predictions.
Oh my God, like Mordo is definitely going to be facing off against Wanda at some point, and like, he's probably going to have some type of trick up his sleeve to be a match for Wanda, and I cannot wait to see what that is, because he's up to something. He is up to something.
Yes,
Don't know what, but it's been and honestly, in the timeline of the MCU, it's been a long time since we've seen Mordo, because like it's 2023 now, and Doctor Strange 1 happened in like what, 2015? So like he's been making moves.
Also, he didn't help. He did not help take down Thanos. He was like, "You're on your own."
He's like, you guys messed with the time stone. You're dead to me.
Now, son, don't touch that
time stone.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, but that is it for our first question of the day. But before we move on, if you haven't already seen it, you should head on over to newrockstarsmerch.com to check out their new Morris shirt inspired by the lovable furry character from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's an awesome looking shirt. And while you're there, also grab a latest Obsession Shang-Chi tee, some of the Shang-Chi stickers, and any of the Loki, Suicide Squad, or What If merch. We got all sorts of merch for your nerd needs. Grabbing something from newrockstarsmerch.com is an awesome way to support this channel and to show the world your love for your favorite fandom. And before we dive into our bite-sized questions next, some words from some of the people that help bring us Big Question to you. People like DraftKings. It's been a great start to the NFL season, and it's only getting better at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And DraftKings is putting new customers in the center of the action with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. So get in on the action right now. It's simple. Just pick your lineup, stay under the salary cap, and see how your team stacks up against the competition. And feel the NFL action like never before with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. And DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. And the best part is you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings app now and use code BIGQUESTION. And this week, new customers can get a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. So enter code BIGQUESTION to get a free shot at millions in total prizes with your first deposit. That's code Big Question only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
If you dread looking at your credit card statements, you're not alone. I personally hide my credit card statements like that enchanted book in Evil Dead that turns people into ghoul monsters. I just don't look at them. Debt can feel crippling, but Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, and it's all done online, in the internet, with those confusing tubes Al Gore invented. Whether it's paying off credit cards or consolidating high-interest debt or funding personal expenses, take that trip to the Czech Republic. You deserve it. Over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment, and God knows I may be one of them after this, because I want to go to the Czech Republic. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score and is expanding access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and current employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan, and since I work at New Rockstars, business is going to be booming for me when Upstart gets a hold of my records. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 and $50,000. What a span. Imagine if you get the 1,000, you must really suck. But the 50,000, you're doing everything right. You can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. That's faster than getting your photos developed at a pharmacy. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/bigquestion. That's upstart.com/bigquestion. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/bigquestion.
Well, thank you, Tommy. Well, now it is time for our bite-sized questions. And our first bite-sized question of the day is, Tommy, can Skrulls cast or learn magic? And this is from DM Orphan Meat on Discord. Thank you, DM Orphan Meat.
Orphan Meat.
Never had Orphan Meat before, but probably never will.
In theory, anyone in the Marvel Universe should be capable of learning and practicing a form of magic, especially Eldritch magic,
Right.
my personal favorite for my D&D character, Garacus Bright, a tiefling warlock. In the MCU, Doctor Strange showed us how someone with enough determination could study spell books and learn how to practice spells and perform magic. I don't know why I stopped talking. We also know that Eldritch magic can be performed by both human and alien species. We saw Krugar, a lab ravager, do some Eldritch magic in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, post-credit scene. But what about our shape-shifting friends, the Skrulls? Can they become masters of the mystic arts? When a Skrull copies the likeness of someone else, they're not able to copy their powers. In the infamous Secret Invasion run in Marvel Comics, some had to use technology to replicate the true hero's abilities. Now that's just resourceful. However, there are super Skrulls who, along with shape-shifting abilities, do have their own enhanced abilities. There are also war Skrulls that can copy powers. These types of Skrulls also made an appearance during the Secret Invasion. All roads lead back to that Secret Invasion, baby!
It's
All
the
right.
Skrull event.
When in doubt, just say Secret Invasion and people on the internet will go, ah, yeah. All roads lead back to that Secret Invasion, baby! What about magic? I'm talking street magic. David Blaine, close-up illusion. No, I'm not.
Close-up magic.
Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme.
I learned that.
What evidence do we have of the Skrulls using magic? When they were trying to improve the creation of super Skrulls, the Skrulls used a combination of science and magic. Some Skrulls have evolved into dire wraiths by studying black magic. Dire wraiths can shapeshift and use magic. We also know of both Nox, possibly the greatest Skrull sorcerer of all time, as well as Skrull sorcerer Klobok. Of course, Nox and Klobok, which sound like Klingon. Skrulls are capable of learning and using magic. If one got good enough at it, they could potentially imitate the Sorcerer Supreme himself, Dr. Stephen Strange.
Oh, shoot. I would love to see a Skrull Strange. I love how you brought up the Dire Wraiths, because the Dire Wraiths are one of my favorite villains in the comics, because in particular, they are ROM villains. Like, I don't know if you know about ROM Space Knight.
Rob the
but
Space
I've been
Knight? I'm
dying
the
to see
owner
this
of Rob the Space Knight Volume 1.
Oh, me too!
Did we just become best friends?
Yep! I saw one at like a Comic-Con. I was like, I have to buy it. I'm not gonna buy this.
Absolutely.
But no, ROM Space Knight is just really cool. And like the Space Knights of Galador, if I'm not mistaken, are owned by Marvel Studios. I would love to see the Space Knights appear and the Dire Wraiths and see that struggle appear in the MCU sometime. Hit me with that second bite-sized question, Tommy.
Absolutely. We have another question. Does Captain Marvel have a home base or ship, or does she go from one intergalactic Airbnb emergency to another? That was asked by Queen of Depun on Discord.
Oh.
Queen of Depun.
Oh, Queen of Depun. But yeah, where does Captain Marvel go in between missions? Like, does she keep an apartment on Hala and perhaps a condo on Xandar? If there are any Xandarian condos left, because Thanos probably just destroyed Xandar.
I think they've all been bought by billionaires.
Bezos buying up all the land
Jeffrey,
on Xandar.
God damn it.
Does she secretly sneak back to Earth to hang out in Paris or Milan from time to time?
Sure.
Who knows? So we can't say for certain where Carol Danvers likes to hang out in the MCU when she's not uppercutting Titans. But the comics have answered this very question. Because in Captain Marvel number 9, released in 2019, it's revealed that Carol Danvers has a secret underground base hidden underneath a lake in Harpswell Sound, Maine. And it's very similar in appearance to the Batcave, and it's next to her family home, and possibly Stephen King. I don't know. Maine is a very big Stephen King spot.
Maine loves Stephen King. Maybe it's near Derry, Maine. And Pennywise.
But now, given that the MCU version of Captain Marvel has a little bit of a different backstory than the comics, I doubt that we'll discover a hidden Captain Marvel lair in Maine, unfortunately. But you never know. But I think the idea of her taking over a warship that she procured from some evil forces that she defeated out there in the universe is way cooler than the under the lake getaway thing anyway. So
I agree.
Yeah, let's just go with that, Marvel Studios. Let's just do that. Just jack a warship and just use and repurpose it. Why not? Well, now it is time for my favorite part of the show. It is time for the box of scraps. Box of scraps. But today's box of scraps question is, Tommy, if you were part of the Illuminati, how would you want to control the world?
Simple, MT. Thank you for asking me. I would dispatch an army of the most vicious Karens ever known to man. There would be no retail store that would be safe, no neighborhood park that would be inhabitable, no place where you could ever feel safe from the wrath of a concerned Karen. Did you have the audacity to go to Barnes & Noble while not being white? My Karens will handle you. Did you pull out of a parallel parking spot just a little too close to my Karen and her Subaru Crosstrek? My Karens will end
How
you.
dare.
Did you get on an airplane and have the audacity to wear your mask the entire time? My Karens will be there to take their masks, put them under their nose as they eat walnuts, too slow, never fully wearing a
Thank
mask
God.
the entire time. And on their deathbeds as they are ravaged with COVID-19, my Karens will whisper, Master Thomas, the Illuminati, will never die as long as there's a Karen breathing. That's how I would do it.
Wow.
Not to get political. What would you do, MT?
Hey, man, that's a pretty amazingly scary world. Full of Karens.
Yes. And they all get that haircut, too. The May I Speak to the Manager haircut.
Oh, my God. I get to see them all on the Illuminati table with the same haircut.
It's just a
like,
giant
how
round
should we
table with
ruin
me
the
at the
world?
top. I also have that haircut. Bangs, swoop. Let me see how much I can replicate it right now. Bang, swoop down.
Oh, my
I can
God.
almost do it.
Tommy with the Karen.
Excuse
I can't.
me. Excuse me, I have been waiting at the deli counter for 3 minutes, okay? You've let everyone get in front of me. I need to get my boar's head salami. I need to get my Wisconsin sharp cheddar and my horseradish mustard before I f***ing lose it.
Well, that was quite the scenario. But if I were part of them, how would I try to control the world? I would probably just honestly just try to stop global warming as much as I can because like no one else is gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'd just be like a mini, like I guess like a weird, like not like Thanos.
A mini Thanos would just be Thanos. I'm out of here.
Well done. I don't know how I would do it, but I would just use my Illuminati just to stop global warming.
Yeah, you'd be doing
really
nice things.
concerning.
Not me. I'd be shutting down street festivals. I'd be asking for permits on every corner. I'd be like the Karen Gestapo.
King Karen.
I am the king of Karens. Kneel before me. I am
Tommy,
the king of Karens. King of Karens on CBS, starring Kevin James this year. He'd like to speak to the manager. She is the manager. Can they ever figure it out? Kevin James is the king of Karens. Always arms crossed. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, that is it for this episode of Big Question. I want to thank Tommy Bechtold, my big head gang brother, for joining me this episode. You can follow Tommy at Tommy Bechtold on Twitter.
Yes.
And you can follow me at MasterTainment on Twitter if you want to see me tweet some weird shit. But most importantly, you can follow New Rockstars on Twitter because Tyler's doing some amazing shit on there. Also, you can follow us on YouTube. And when you do, hit that notification bell so you can get notifications whenever we upload a video.
And just as an aside, Tyler, please stop asking me to submit to a DNA test. Those rumors aren't true. You have to stop listening to Philip. Anyway, go ahead.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.